Chapter 7 of the Science of
Chapter
Getting
5
Rich
of the
by
Science
Wallace
of Getting
Wattles.
Rich by Wallace D.
This
Wattles.
Librivox recording is in
This
the public
Librivox
domain.
recording is in the public
Recording
domain.
by Dana Meilinger.
Recording by Dana Meilinger.
Chapter 7
Chapter
Gratitude.
5 Increasing Life.
The illustrations given in the
We
last
must get
chapter
rid of the
will have
last
conveyed to
vestige
the
of the
reader
old
the
idea
fact
that there is a
the first
deity
step toward getting
whose will it
rich
is that
to
you should
convey
be
the
poor,
idea of
or
your
whose
wants to the
purposes may
formless
be
substance.
served by keeping you in poverty.
This is true, and you
The
will see that
intelligent
in order to
substance
do
which is
so,
all and
it
in
becomes
all,
necessary
and which
to
lives in
relate
all
yourself
and
to
lives
the
in
formless
you,
intelligence
is a
in a
consciously
harmonious
living
way.
substance.
Being
Being
a
a consciously living
harmonious
substance,
relation
it
is
must
a
have
matter
the
of
nature
such
and
primary and
inherent
vital
desire of
importance
every living
that I shall give
intelligence
some
for
space
increase
to
of
its
life.
discussion here,
Every living
and give you
thing must
instructions
continually
which,
seek
if you
for
will
the
follow them,
enlargement of
will
its
be
life,
certain to bring
because
you
life,
into perfect
in the mere
unity
act
of
of
mind
living,
with God.
must increase itself.
The whole process of mental
A seed,
adjustment and
dropped into the
atonement can be
ground,
summed up
springs
in one
into
word:
activity,
gratitude.
and in the act of living
First, you
produces
believe that
100
there is
more
one
seeds.
intelligent substance
Life, by
from
living,
which all things
multiplies
proceed.
itself.
Second,
It is
you
forever
believe that this
becoming more.
substance gives
It
you
must do
everything
so
you
if
desire.
it continues to
And
be at
third,
all.
you relate yourself
Intelligence
to
is
it
under
by
the
a
same
feeling of
necessity
deep
for
and profound
continuous increase.
gratitude.
Every
Many
thought we
people who
think
order
makes
their
it
lives
necessary
rightly
for
in
us
all
to
other
think another
ways are
thought.
kept in poverty by
Consciousness
their
is
lack of
continually
gratitude.
expanding.
Having
Every
received
fact
one
we
gift
learn
from
leads
God,
us to the learning
they
of
cut the
another
wires
fact.
which connect them
Knowledge
with
is
Him
continually
by failing
increasing.
to make acknowledgement.
Every
It is
talent we
easy to
cultivate
understand
brings to the
that the
mind the
nearer we
desire
live
to
to the source
cultivate
of
another
wealth,
talent.
the more wealth
We are
we shall
subject to the
receive.
urge of life,
And it is
seeking
easy also
expression,
to understand
whichever
that the
drives us
soul that
on
is
to
always
know
grateful
more, to do
lives in
more,
closer
and to
touch
be
with
more.
God than the one
In
which
order
never
to know
looks to
more,
Him
do
in
more,
thankful
and be more,
acknowledgement.
we must have
The
more.
more gratefully
We
we
must
fix
have
our
things
minds
to
on the
use,
Supreme
for
when
we
good
learn
things come to
and
us,
do and
the
become
more good
only
things
by
we will
using
receive,
things.
and the more
We must
rapidly
get
they
rich
will come.
so that we can
And the
live
reason
more.
simply is that the mental
The
attitude of
desire for
gratitude
riches
draws
is
the
simply the
mind into
capacity
closer
for
touch
larger
with the
life
source
seeking
from which the
fulfillment.
blessings come.
Every desire is the
If
effort
it is
of
a
an
new thought
unexpressed
to you
possibility
that
to come
gratitude
into
brings your
action.
whole mind
It
into
is
closer
power
harmony
seeking
with the
to
creative
manifest, which
energies of the
causes
universe,
desire.
consider it well,
That which
and you
makes
will
you
see
want
that it
more
is
money
true.
is the
The
same
good
as that
things
which
you
makes the
already
plant grow.
have come to you
It is
along
life,
the line of
seeking fuller
obedience to certain
expression.
laws.
The one living
Gratitude will lead your
substance must be
mind out
subject to
along
this
the ways
inherent
by
law
which
of all
things
life.
come,
It is
and it will
permeated
keep you
with
in
the
close
desire to
harmony
live
with
more.
creative
That
thought
is why
and
it is
prevent
under the
you from
necessity
falling
of
into
creating
competitive
things.
thought.
The one substance
Gratitude
desires
alone
to
can
live
keep
more
you
in
looking
you,
toward the
hence
all,
it wants you
and
to have
prevent
all
you
the
from
things you
falling
can
into the
use.
error of thinking of the
It is the
supply as
desire of
limited,
God that you
and
should
to
get
do that
rich.
would be
He
fatal to
wants
your
you to get
hopes.
rich, because He can
There is a
express
law of
Himself better
gratitude,
through you
and it is
if you have
absolutely
plenty of
necessary
things
that
to
you should
use in
observe
giving
the
Him
law
expression.
if you are to
He
get the
can live more
results you
in you
seek.
if you have
The
unlimited
law of
command of the
gratitude is the
means of
natural
life.
principle that action
The
and
universe
reaction are
desires you
always
to have
equal
everything
and
you
in
want to
opposite
have.
directions.
Nature is friendly
The
to your
grateful
plans.
outreaching of your mind in
Everything
thankful
is
praise to
naturally
the
for you.
Supreme is a
Make up
liberation
your
or
mind that this
expenditure
is
of
true.
force. It cannot
It is
fail to
essential,
reach that to
however,
which it
that your
addressed,
purpose should
and the
harmonize with
reaction
the
is an
purpose that is in
instantaneous
all.
movement towards you.
You must want real life,
Draw nigh
not mere
unto
pleasure
God,
of sensual
and He will draw nigh
gratification.
unto you.
Life is the
That is a
performance of
statement
function,
of psychological
and the
truth.
individual really lives
And
only
if your
when he
gratitude
performs
is
every
strong and
function,
constant,
physical,
the
mental,
reaction
and
in formless
spiritual,
substance
of which
will
he
be
is
strong
capable,
and
without
continuous.
excess in any.
The movement of the
You
things
do
you
not want
want
to
will
get
be
rich in
always
order
toward
to live
you.
swinishly,
Notice the
for the
grateful
gratification
attitude
of
that
animal
Jesus took,
desires.
how He
That is not
always
life.
seems to be saying,
But the
I
performance of
thank
every
Thee,
physical
Father,
function
that
is a
Thou
part of
hearest
life.
me.
And no one
You
lives
cannot
completely
exercise
who
much
denies
power
the
without
impulses of the
gratitude,
body a
for it is
normal and
gratitude
healthful
that keeps you
expression.
connected with power.
You do not want
But
to
the
get
value
rich
of
solely
gratitude
to
does
enjoy
not
mental
consist solely
pleasures,
in
to
getting
get
you more
knowledge,
blessings
to
in the
gratify
future.
ambition, to
Without
outshine others,
gratitude,
to
you
be
cannot
famous.
long keep from
All these are
dissatisfied
legitimate
thought
part of
regarding
life,
things as they
but the
are.
man who lives for
The
the
moment you
pleasures of the
permit your mind
intellect
to dwell
alone
with
will only have a
dissatisfaction upon
partial
things
life,
as they
and
are,
he will never
you
be
begin to lose
satisfied with
ground.
his lot.
You fix attention
You do
upon
not
the
want to
common,
get rich
the
solely
ordinary,
for the
the
good of
poor,
others,
and the
to
squalid
lose
and
yourself
mean,
for the
and
salvation
your
of
mind
mankind,
takes the
to
form of these
experience the
things.
joys of philanthropy
Then you
and
will
sacrifice.
transmit these forms or
The joys
mental
of the soul
images
are
to the
only part
warmness,
of life,
and the common,
and they are
the
no
poor,
better
the
nor
squalid,
nobler
the mean
than
will
any
come
other
to
part.
you. To permit your mind to dwell
You
upon
want to
the
get
inferior
rich in
is to
order
become
that you may
inferior
eat,
and to
drink,
surround
and be
yourself
merry
with
when it is
inferior
time to do
things.
these things.
On the other
In
hand,
order that you may
fix your
surround
attention
yourself
on the
with
best
beautiful
is to
things,
surround
see
yourself with the
distant
best
lands,
and to
feed your
become the
mind,
best.
and develop your
The creative
intellect.
power within
In
us
order
makes
that you
us
may
into
love
the
man
image
and
of
do
that
kind
to which we
things,
give our
and be able
attention.
to play a good
We
part
are
in
thinking
helping the world to
substance,
find
and
truth.
thinking substance
But
always
remember
takes
that
the form
extreme
of that to which it
altruism
thinks
is no
about.
better nor
The
nobler than
grateful
extreme
mind is
selfishness.
constantly fixed
Both
upon
are
the best.
mistakes.
Therefore, it
Get
tends
rid
to
of the
become the
idea
best.
that God
It
wants you
takes
to
the form or
sacrifice yourself
character
for
of the
others,
best,
and
will
that you can
receive the
secure His
best.
favor by doing so.
Also, faith
God
is born
requires
of
nothing of the
gratitude.
kind.
The grateful
What
mind
He wants you
continually
is that you
expects
should
good
make the
things,
most of
and
yourself, for
expectation
yourself,
becomes
and for
faith.
others.
The reaction
you
of
can help
gratitude
others
upon
more by
one's
making
own
the
mind
most of
produces
yourself
faith,
than in any other
and every
way.
outgoing wave of
You can make the
grateful
most of
thanksgiving
yourself only by
increases
getting
faith.
rich.
He who
So
has
it is
no
right
feeling
and
of
praiseworthy
gratitude
that
cannot
you should
long
give your
retain a
first
living
and best
faith,
thought to
and
the
without
work
a
of
living
acquiring
faith,
wealth.
you cannot get rich by the
Remember,
creative
however,
method,
that the
as we
desire
shall
of
see in the
substance
following
is for
chapters.
all, and its
It is
movements must be
necessary,
for
then,
more
to
life to
cultivate the
all.
habit of
It
being
cannot be
grateful
made to
for
work
every
for
good
less
thing
life
that
to
comes
any,
to you,
because
and
it
to
is
give
equally in
thanks
all
continuously.
seeking riches and life.
And because all things have
Intelligent
contributed to your
substance will make
advancement,
things for you,
you should
but
include
it will
all
not
things
take
in your
things away from
gratitude.
someone else and
Do
give
not
them to
waste
you.
time thinking or
You must get
talking
rid of
about
the
the
thought of
shortcomings or wrong
competition.
actions
You
of
are to
plutocrats
create,
or
not to
trust
compete
magnates.
for what is already
Their
created.
organization of the world
You
has
do not
made your
have to take
opportunity.
anything from anyone.
All you get really
You do
comes
not
to
have
you
to
because of
drive
them.
sharp bargains.
Do not rage
You
against
do not
corrupt
have to
politicians.
cheat or to take
If it were not for
advantage.
politicians,
You do not
we
need
should
to
fall
let
into
any man
anarchy,
work for you for
and your
less than he
opportunity
earns.
would be greatly lessened.
You do not
God
have
has
to covet
worked
the
a long
property
time
of
and very
others,
patiently
or to look
to
at
bring
it
us
with
up to
wistful
where we are
eyes.
in industry
No
and
man has
government,
anything of
and
which
he's
you
going
cannot
right
hide
on
light,
with his work.
and that without taking
There
what
is
he
not the
has
least
away from
doubt
him.
that he will do away
You
the
are to become a
plutocrats,
creator,
trust
not a
magnates,
competitor.
captains of
You are going to
industry,
get what
and
you want,
politicians
but
as
in
soon
such
as
a
they can
way
be
that when
spared.
you get
But
it,
in the
every other
meantime,
man will have
behold,
more
they
than
are
he
all
has
very
now.
good.
I am aware
Remember
that there
that
are
they are
men
all
who get a
helping
vast
to arrange
amount
the
of
lines
money
of
by proceeding
transmission
in
along
direct
which your
opposition to
riches
the
will come to
statements in
you,
the paragraph
and be
above,
grateful to
and
them
may add
all.
a word of
This
explanation
will bring
here.
you into harmonious
Men of the
relations with the
plutocratic
good in
type,
everything,
who become very
and the good
rich,
in everything
do so
will move
sometimes
toward
purely
you.
by their extraordinary ability
End
on
of
the plane
chapter
of
7.
competition, and sometimes they unconsciously relate themselves to substance in its great purposes and movements for the general racial upbuilding through industrial evolution. Rockefeller, Carnegie, Morgan, and others have been the unconscious agents of the supreme in the necessary work of systematizing and organizing productive industry, and in the end their work will contribute immensely toward increased life for all. Their day is nearly over. They have organized production, and will soon be succeeded by the agents of the multitude, who will organize the machinery of distribution. The multimillionaires are like the monster reptiles of the prehistoric eras. They play a necessary part in the evolutionary process, but the same power which produced them will dispose of them. And it is well to bear in mind that they have never been really rich. A record of the private lives of most of this class will show that they have really been the most abject and wretched of the poor. Riches secured on the competitive plane are never satisfactory and permanent. They are yours today and another's tomorrow. Remember, if you are to become rich in a scientific and certain way, you must rise entirely out of the competitive thought. You must never think for a moment that the supply is limited. Just as soon as you begin to think that all the money is being cornered and controlled by bankers and others, and that you must exert yourself to get laws passed to stop this process and so on, in that moment you drop into the competitive mind, and your power to cause creation is gone for the time being, and what is worse, you will probably arrest the creative movements you have already instituted. Know that there are countless millions of dollars worth of gold in the mountains of the earth, not yet brought to light, and know that if there were not, more would be created from thinking substance to supply your needs. Know that the money you need will come, even if it is necessary for 1,000 men to be led to the discovery of new gold mines tomorrow. Never look at the visible supply, look always at the limitless riches in formless substance, and know that they are coming to you as fast as you can receive and use them. Nobody, by cornering the visible supply, can prevent you from getting what is yours. So never allow yourself to think for an instant that all the best building spots will be taken before you get ready to build your house, unless you hurry. Never worry about the trusts and combines, and get anxious for fear they will soon come to own the whole earth. Never get afraid that you will lose what you want because some other person beats you to it. That cannot possibly happen. You are not seeking anything that is possessed by anybody else. You are causing what you want to be created from formless substance, and the supply is without limits. Stick to the formulated statement. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which, in its original state, permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought, in this substance, produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. Man can form things in his thought, and, by impressing his thought upon formless substance, can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. End of chapter 5.